Hello everyone, welcome to CYBERYOGA, and this is video number 2 of the crow bakasana, which eventually leads up to the air baby. So the first video I showed you all the very basics and the fundamentals of how to properly enter and exit the crow and bakasana pose. Now I'm going to give you a little bit more tips, more understanding about the world of this move and this posture, and eventually lead up to the final pose, which is the air baby. So as I showed you before, cannot forget about the wrist conditioning and stretching. I'll do this really fast before we get to work. So again, open and close 10 times. We'll actually hold for 10 seconds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out. A lot of work. So now what's going to happen, I'm going to open and close 10 times, okay, each sector. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it out. Super important. All fours. Okay, sway side to side here, side to side here, forward, back. Get those wrists super warm, super conditioned. Now we're going to do circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now what's gonna happen? Wrists on the floor, hold for about 10 seconds. Don't do anything super extreme. Just hold this pose here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now what's gonna happen? Fingers facing towards my knees. Hold this stretch, nothing too extreme. You should feel a lot of stretching here on your forearms. Just sit and hold this position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good job. So now what's gonna happen? We're gonna warm that up again, stretch it out, shake it out, shake it out. Super important. So now I'm gonna proceed to phase 2. This is a little bit easier from what I've showed you all before. Just a more like modified version. It's gonna really help you understand all the mechanics of the bakasana crow pose, which eventually is gonna lead you up to the air baby. So I like to call this, well, I don't know if it's called, but use the froggy, or a slightly lower modification of the crow pose. It's a little bit lower. So what's going to happen, instead of my elbows on top of my knees here, what's going to happen is I'm going to have the back of my forearms, triceps, on the top of my shins. It's going to look like so. Back of my, here, top of the shins, right? Sideways. So I'm going to bring my tricep here, bring it behind my shin here, put my hand down, okay? And I'm gonna focus on counterbalancing all that weight on my 2 hands, okay? I'm gonna face forward. So same concept as before, making sure you're breathing, the entry, gazing at the floor. So I'll do it facing you. Side. Fingers facing forward. Gazing the floor, getting ready for the top of my toes. So what's gonna happen now? One foot's gonna come, and I have to focus on finding that golden middle, the balance point. Okay, not too far forward, not too far back. Get fairly tired, I can bring my one foot down, second one follows. Okay, this may not be easy for you all, but it's something that you can kind of just work on, okay? And over time, when you practice, you'll just be able to master it, no problem. So again, what's gonna happen? Fingers facing forward. You wanna really, really, really tight tug fit. And so another point I just thought about is that most practitioners may not have my flexibility or the range. So it's super important to focus on just focusing on your squat position, and this is going to help you open up your hips and your lower back. That allows a lot more easier access and entry to the crow and bakasana. So just a quick note. So hold this pose for about like 15 to 30 seconds per day. Eventually it'll be like a minute to like 5 minutes. You can just hold this position. Just do it every day. It's really great. Just great for your overall lower back and your hips, flexibility, and gives you more range of motion. So going back to this pose here, so what's gonna happen? Back of my triceps, top of my shins, leaning forward, looking at the floor. One foot comes up, second one follows, gazing, breathing. Let's go about 5 seconds if you can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you're focused on your breathing, not holding your breath. One foot comes down, second one to follow. Good, not so hard. Okay, so you can use that in your practice as opposed to the higher bakasana crow pose, which is about right here. So elbows on top of knees, just like this, and coming down. Okay, so an extra trick I can teach you all is learning how to transition. Okay, and this is going to set you up for more understanding of the air baby pose. So you can put these both tricks together. Okay, so high crow, elbows on top of knees facing forward. One foot comes up, second one follows. You're breathing, looking forward straight, breathing, breathing, breathing. Okay, not so hard. Now the second one, baby crow. So what's gonna happen? Facing forward, back to arms here on top of shins. One foot comes off, second one follows, breathing, looking forward, breathing, 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 comes down. So now the extra bonus I'm going to show you all is putting them together, okay? And something that I like to call the drop. Elbow on top of knees, ears facing forward, okay? So now what's going to happen, you can focus on the breathing. So I'm going to inhale, exhale, and bring my knees out to the side and drop, okay? So hard, right? So to understand this movement, you have to have mastered the high bakasana crow pose and the baby crow pose, so you can put them all together. So it's really important to focus on the endurance and the integrity and strength of these movements. So I'm going to show another way, another perspective. Breathe super high and make sure you're breathing the whole time. So inhale, exhale, knees out to the side, focus on the integrity, put all the wrist, put all the strength and focus on the wrist, breathing, and come back down. Good. Not so hard, just something to kind of play with if you want to. You don't have to absolutely do the movements, but the CYBERYOGA practice is always meant to upgrade and evolve over all movements. There's unlimited ways of transitions, concepts and ideas with your practice. You can just put all the pieces together and form your own movement. So here's another trick. So now that we had dropped down, what's going to happen? We can always go back up, right? So for instance, I'm going to go from high crow to baby crow. What's next? I have to go back up. So now I'm going to inhale, exhale, and push on top of the knees. So this is not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. This is something that you have to really focus on, learning all the mechanics and all the basics and the fundamentals. It's not really necessary to do this, but these are just different tools that you can use to really understand the bakasana and crow pose that leads to the air baby, the one-arm crow. So I'm going to do that one more time from this perspective, and then facing you. Elbows on top of knees, fingers facing forward, breathing, exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, push back up on elbows on top of knees, find that sweet spot, and one foot comes down, second one follows. So you can do this movement over and over. But really just understanding all the mechanics is going to help you build strength and overall balance and mindset and understanding of your environment with your body. So again, this is going to conclude this episode 2 of Bakasana on Crow Pose that leads to the air baby. Thank you all for chiming in, tuning in, and most importantly, have fun. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just understand all the movements, practice hard, be disciplined, dedicated and focused, and great things will happen. So this is going to conclude this episode. See you in the next one.